So in this video, I want to break down how we balance a family of 8. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely not easy, but it's possible. You know, a lot of the times when I tell people that we have 6 kids, 5 girls and 1 boy, a lot of people don't understand how we do it. So I figured on this video, I would share how I maintain a great lifestyle, a great family of 8, all on one income using real estate investing. Let's talk about it. What's up guys, it's your boy Sawan Belcher. This is me taking action right here on YouTube. Every single week we break down how to use real estate in order to replace your 9-to-5 income so that way you can buy back your time and do the things that you love with the people that you love. Now, I'm married, okay, so if you guys don't know, typically I don't have on my ring unless I'm like, out and about or dressed up or something like that. But I am married. We've been married for 10 years now and we have 6 kids. Shout out to everybody. Funny thing is, like my wife always said she wanted to have a big family. I was cool with just having 1 or 2, but being married and being submissive to your wife, I said, hey, we can have as many kids as you want as long as we do it before the age of 30, because we had our first one when we were 21. So these next ones are like back to back to back. Okay, that's the big family vibes over here. Everybody, man, it's a party everywhere we go. It's crazy. A lot of the times, whenever we're like planning a birthday party or we go to somebody else's birthday party, we'll go to one of their friends' birthday party. It'll be like 4 people there. We pop up, 6 kids on deck. Now is a real life party. It's crazy. Let's get into some of the family dynamics. I mean, you definitely need both parents in the household. That's my first thing. It's like when we had our first child in college, respectfully, me and my wife wasn't dating at the time, but we had our first child not dating. And I made the decision to say, hey, look, I love this girl enough to be attracted to her. I love our child enough to say, hey, I want to be in their life. I don't want to have multiple mamas, baby mamas. I don't want to have, this is my wife. I'm choosing you. She's choosing me. So that's kind of like that's like the family dynamics of things. Now, she ended up graduating from college, from Bennett. So shout out to Bennett. I ended up dropping out of college and pursuing my way into sales because I felt like I had to make money, knowing that I was taking on, a wife and now having kids, So I go off and I don't finish college. She does. Now she gets into school, she gets into teaching on on like a public school level. I'm selling cars, making 100 grand. We have our 3rd child. At that point, we decide that it's best that she stay at home, set the tone of the household and make our house a home. Okay, so we live off of 1 income. Now, I will say that 1 income for me being a business owner is not really 1 income, because in real estate, there's several different ways you can make income. And so first we got our rental properties, and cash flow is extremely important. Like in the beginning when I started, I had like 4 rental properties before I quit the dealership. But by the time we got 10, cash flow was like the name of the game, because you have these checks that's on automatic. So now you're trying to figure out how you can get, 20 checks, 30 checks, 60 checks, 70 checks on automatic, and then you have these like 100% profit kind of deals, and you can get them quickly. Those are like your wholesale transactions. You can pop off, 10, 15. I remember every single deal we was doing was 20 grand. We popping off 20 grand every single time. And then as you get good in real estate, you start learning how to fix and flip property, start learning how to raise private money. And now you're bringing in $40,000, $50,000 checks. So there's different streams of income inside of real estate. You'll understand that even though there's only 1 income in the house, there's 7 different incomes. There's multiple incomes, even though it's technically only 1. Okay. Now, the challenges that come from having 6 kids, we drive around these kids so much, it's almost like we're school bus drivers, because this is our first year. We got 5 kids in school. Amina's playing basketball, Elijah's playing basketball, Amaya and Amir are both cheerleading. They want to do dance as well, by the way, okay? Olivia is the little baby, so she has to be with somebody everywhere. So we are like everywhere. Okay. Mind you, outside of the kids, I still have a full-time business. Okay. I have employees. We're running like 6 rehab projects. I'm managing 20 contractors. You know what I'm saying? I'm managing a portfolio of 70 houses. Our schedule is jam-packed. So delegating and having a team and having other people that you can rely on is extremely critical at this particular point. I don't have family around me, really. Okay. So I moved from Eastern North Carolina to Greensboro. She moved from Ohio to here. So creating the community that you want is extremely important to us. So let me give you an example. So when we have family events, family don't really come because, once again, we're not that close to family. We invite people from church. We invite the people that we work with. We invite our friends from college. So that way we can kind of create our own community. The only way we're able to survive is being like really good budgeters. At this point, with 70 mortgages, 70 insurances, 70 taxes, there is going to be somebody that might be better at budgeting in your household. I'll take on writing all of our bills down and making sure they get paid. I make sure that she gets paid, every week. So that way she can do the things that she wants. And I make sure that the kids, get budget out, lunches. But I make sure I budget out those things. So it's essential to have a budget. Know that every month, on average, as an entrepreneur, it changes. Sometimes I make 30 grand a month personally. Other times I make 20 grand personally. Other times I make 50 grand a month personally. It changes. You knowing your set budget every month and sticking to it, whether you're up or down, is going to be extremely critical to having a big family vibe like this. So you got to plan and you got to budget. Okay. And you got to have, in my opinion, I think you should have one person that's in charge of that budgeting and that delegates it to the rest of the family, so you can have control over that thing. Because realistically, when you got a big family like this with all the responsibilities that we have, we have 100 bills that need to be paid every month, if not more than, definitely more than that, definitely more than 100 bills every single month that has to be paid. Now looking ahead, in order to run a big family household like this, I really do think about, how am I going to make sure everybody is good? Am I leaving something for them? Am I teaching them how to maintain this? Of course. If something happens to me, what happens to them? And so I will say that everybody has life insurance. And by the way, I don't have this big strategy. I am just sharing with you how we survive in 2025. So I know that all of the kids have life insurance. My wife has life insurance, but my insurance policy is the largest because I made sure that my death benefit, I think that's what it's called, covers the mortgages on our personal house, covers the mortgages on our rental properties, and covers our debts, plus some. Because when I pass away, I want to make sure that the family has an option to keep it if they want. If they want to sell it, I don't want them to feel rushed about it. But also, I want to make sure that I'm teaching them that if they would like to keep it, here's how we do that. Number one, I make sure that my wife knows where to go to see all of my properties. All of the logins to pay the mortgage, has all of the partners and their phone numbers and their contacts. It has all of the insurances in those folders, because if something ever happens, I want her to be able to say, oh, these are the properties. Let me go check on them. Let me make sure everything's in order. Because that's the only way things will work smoothly, doing it big like this. And we have to manage it well, because we want God to bless us with more. So we can't think that, oh, this is a lot. But my strategy right now going forward is life insurance. Now, could my strategy be better? Could it be IULs and and probably. But as of right now, this is my safe haven. If something were to happen, this is how I plan on taking care of it. Lastly, I just want to talk about being head of house. We need, in my opinion, the only reason why this operates as well as it does is because I am the head of house and my wife comes along as a support. She's willing to submit and be support. I'm willing to commit and be head of house. And at the end of the day, her voice is not louder than mine. And we both help each other to get to the things that we want. If your goal as a man, right, is to have a family and you want a clean house and you see that the dishes aren't getting done consistently, a real man will know that he wants the dishes to get done. He wants to have a clean house. So he will he will make sure he's outworking his wife and make sure that those dishes get done. Whether he has to clean them and do himself, he delegates them to one of his children, or he makes sure he hires somebody to make sure it gets done. He will not put that much stress on his wife and cause, stress, havoc, and arguments in his house. Me personally, I think organizing your house based off of the things that you want and the standards that you want to have, and then coming together as a partnership in a marriage, I think that's the only way that you uphold a big family vibes like this. So, this is the first time I've ever done a video like this, kind of sharing, how we're surviving as a family of 8. Now that grandmommy's been with us for a while and it doesn't seem like she's going anywhere. So I guess a family of 9, this is how we survive off of one income using real estate investing. So drop your comments below. Let me know how you guys, are doing it. If you guys want to have big family vibes, if you guys are practicing and working through it. And for my man out there that's looking for a wife, keep looking for a wife, lock them down. There's one out there for you. Look, be good, y'all. Peace.